Hello, welcome to LettiSpeaks. Thank you for stopping by. So, Libra, don't think I forgot about you. Libra was actually the highest engager or the highest interactor for the previous week. So, this past week it was Leo, the previous week it was Libra. I have two Libras, right? So don't think that they were going to let me get away with this. With that being said, I do owe Libra a reading as well. This time I did lay everything out in advance just for the sake of time. And so hopefully we'll be able to get through this a lot quicker. This won't be an hour reading. What happened? Not sure what happened. And so thank you for stopping by. It is LettiSpeaks. And so if you are new to this channel, please like, share, comment. You can also subscribe, okay? If you subscribe, make sure that you hit the bell, right? And if you're someone who desires, whether you're new or not, if you're someone who desires a personal read, you can have that. You just go to my description box and go ahead and follow that link under my schedule a reading, book a reading, however that's presented there. You follow that link and that'll take you to my calendar where you can schedule with me, okay? I love to read for you, so by all means, please do schedule. Before we get started, I always like to just take a moment to exhale. Releasing everything that is not serving right now. Just releasing it and taking in everything that I need. And so, as we know it, the breath is more than just air, right? It is. And so I'm also, in addition to that, to just kind of kick off the energy, invite in the right energy for this reading. If it's loud, you might want to lower the volume on your phone or maybe just cover your ears for a second. All right. With that being said, let's jump right in. And so the first card that I got for you, Libra, is, I'm using a couple of different decks. One is my Urban Crow Oracle deck, and then also my Muse Oracle deck. I have so many. So I have Wrath. Wrath is bringing in the energy of just that. It's almost like a level of chaos. And that chaos may have been spurned by something that was done. Whether it was on purpose or not, it feels like something was done that caused like all you know what to unleash, okay? In this picture, we're looking at a group, a colony, a community of crows that's swarming, right? Because something was done. It could have been maybe one of their young was slain. There was something that was done that caused them to go into this chaotic swarm to express what it is that they need to express because of the loss that they have suffered. And so this is the energy that's showing up for you, Libra. So I don't know if you are identifying with this energy right now. Maybe you're dealing with something, finding yourself expressing that wrath. And I did pull some clarification cards. I pulled the 4 of Emotions and the 8 of Cups. And so that says that there may be a need to move away from someone or something. The 4 of Cups is pulling back. It's reserving. It's coming back home to self, right? To refill your cup, to take care of you. The 8 of Cups is realizing the situation that you're in and really just saying, I've had enough. It's time for more, right? And so it really is taking whatever necessary steps to walk away from what's no longer serving you and moving in towards something more, something that's going to offer more, more fulfillment for you. I also have preparation. And so in this card, this is the energy of arranging things, putting things together, and recognizing and being in the energy of expectation. So you could be a Libra that's expecting something to come in. You may be aware of this, or you may just have that innate feeling like, okay, I don't know what it is. Like maybe your right palm is itching, whatever that sign is that tells you that you have something coming in. Many times that's money, right? But there's a level of preparation. I feel like that energy is very present here. And so there could be arranging happening. There could be things that are being put in place. There could be the acknowledging of a specific time frame that's coming to pass that's actually going to bring this in. There's a level of awareness around the time right now and the need to prepare. The tarot cards, I almost said oracle. The tarot cards are the 10 of inspiration and the Page of Wands. Yeah, very appropriate energy, because the 10 of Wands is carrying everything, right? Needing to get it in order, to prepare, to organize, to arrange things in an orderly fashion in preparation of use. So there's something that you're expecting to come in. And because of that expectation, you are preparing yourself and readying your environment. You're possibly setting things up. You could even be putting things out so that it can be ready when this time comes around. The Page of Wands is very creative energy. Imagine yourself being before a completely blank canvas. And there you are standing in front of the canvas with the brush, with the palette, with all of the colors that you will need. And you have a jar full of other brushes that you can use and other tools that you can use to create. And you have a blank canvas, and you're about to go to work and actually translate the vision in your mind onto this canvas. You are the executive creator for this. And it feels like you have a lot of what is needed to create with this 10 of Wands. It also talks about, with the 10 of Wands, having a lot of wands are inspiration. It's ability, creative ability, right? So you could possibly have different giftings that you are ready to unleash, and the opportunity is coming in for you to do that. Lastly, we have play. And this is the energy of taking time for self. It's going into a mode that causes you to turn off work, to turn off obligations, responsibilities, and set yourself in a place where you can be free from all of that and enjoy the moment and just be light and bouncy and dreamy. Do the thing that would probably make everybody say you are crazy, right? Whatever that is, it feels like that energy. Now, this was clarified by the 3 of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and Death. And it almost feels like there is a transformation happening with how you exist. There's almost this and the energy of work is here with the Death and the Queen of Cups. It almost feels like there is something that's going to be released for you to step into another form of position. This position may very well be something where you're able to mix work and play and your deepest fulfilling desires. There's something transforming for you that's going to be very fulfilling as it pertains to work. It's going to allow you to bring in, what it is that you desire, what you feel like you need when it comes to taking care of yourself. But there's also a deep level of fulfillment too, for others as they relate to you and for you. It's offering something up that you have within and placing that in a position where you're able to do both things simultaneously. Do what you love. It may even be considered play, but at the same time work and take care of yourself. There's some form of ending coming to what you're doing, being transformed into this energy. That's amazing. I love that for you, Libra. You are so worthy of that. When I looked up at the clock, I saw 11:11. And Spirit is saying that very thing that you have on your mind right now as I'm talking, that's what's being transformed. That's what's being brought into fruition for you to move forward in that. It's time. You've waited. You've prepared. You're organizing right now. You've actually been through lessons to create restrictions, good boundaries around this. It's almost like you're in the energy of being ready to walk into this right now. And so for someone here, that's the energy that's out here right now. Moving away from things that no longer serve you, that caused possibly a level of fury, but it was just the right thing to cause you to step away right into your destiny. That's what it feels like. So understand, nothing happens by chance. It really is all divinely orchestrated. Sometimes we don't see that till we get through the other side of it, but that is in fact the truth. Now, let's take a look at, we're looking at the last 2 weeks of July for you, Libra. And I want to take a look at your monies. So what does Libra's monies look like the last couple of weeks of July? And let me just say, because so many times, depending on what it is that we are aligning with when it comes to our values and our spiritual beliefs, let me just say, fury and anger is very much a justified emotion. For some reason, Medusa is coming to mind, and not many know the story of Medusa, but Medusa stands in a level of justified fury, justified anger. There was something that happened that caused her to be that way. She didn't just wake up that way. That was a response to something. Spirit is saying, allow yourself to be angry. If you're someone who has a hard time expressing anger, or you feel guilty when you get ready to walk away from someone because it does not align with you, it's not healthy for you, right? Spirit is saying it's time for you to free yourself from that. Allow yourself to feel the anger that arises in that moment. To do anything other than that would be unjust for you. And it would be a denial of the very authentic part of yourself. And so, yes, Spirit says you can be angry. Now, does that mean you'll go and, do the unthinkable? No. You feel what you need to feel, process it, understand it, and you move on, right? But allow yourself to feel it. It's okay to feel anger. Sometimes anger is just what we need to feel, you know, to move to the next stage of our life. Okay. That's what Spirit is saying for you, Libra. Whoever that resonates with. So let's see, what is your money looking like in the last half of July for Libra? What does Libra's money look like the last half of July? What is Libra's money looking like the last half of July? Lots came out here. So let's see. We have the Knight of Emotions. We have the Muse of Emotions. The Nine of Voices. The Queen of Emotions. We have the Knight of Materials. And the Wheel. So first, starting off with the Wheel, it feels very, when I look down at the card, I have lots of emotions out here. And so it looks like lots of balance when it comes to your money. Lots of possibly associating money with how you're feeling. The Knight of Emotions. So you may want to be careful, the Knight of Materials. You may want to be careful that you don't, you know, when you find yourself in emotional states, that you don't use that as a reason to go out and kind of emotionally shop. That's the energy I'm getting here. Overall, I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is coming out. I do feel like that is a good sign. You know, it means that, like, whatever it is that you have sown up until this point, you're expecting that to come back in this time. And it did land upright. And so the wheel is turning in your favor. This might be a perfect time for you to step out, right? If you have the opportunity to invest safely, that might be something that would be working to your advantage. Let's see, what is the Wheel of Fortune for Libra? There could be something that is ending out for you, or some major decision that you're making as you move forward that's going to be very beneficial. Spirit is saying yes. Yes, if it's finishing up a loan of some kind, it's going to automatically free up some money. I wouldn't be so quick to jump into the next thing. You may want to stop and just enjoy the freedom of not being under any type of contract that secures any portion of your income. But if you're able to do that, that's a plus. If there's like an upgrade that you're doing that's in alignment with your monies, then that's perfect too. For someone here, you may in fact have a connection with a divine counterpart as it pertains to making money. And there may be some tensions or some concerns around that. If you're married and you are working with your partner when it comes to money, there may be a little stress or concern around that. Let me see what that is. Why is the Nine of Swords here for Libra? The Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords. So there's some level of mistrust. There's some level of possible abuse when it comes to finance. And it almost feels like it could be coming from a significant other. If that is the case, this person could be someone who uses, manipulation to abuse their power in that way. And so Spirit could be challenging you to take more of a lead when it comes to your money and how you're handling your money, even if it comes to having to stand up to someone, to put your foot down and acknowledge your power over your money. That may need to be what needs to be done here. But I do see opportunities, as we discussed with the Oracle card, where there's an advancement that you may be moving into as it pertains to this level of fulfillment that you'll be experiencing and making money at the same time. Like you're really going to be enjoying what you're doing. And I feel like it's going to be an end of possibly making strict decisions, possibly. But I do see other issues that need to be handled, like you being very, possibly needing to be a little bit more sovereign over your monies, Libra. Whether you are in a feminine energy, whether you're in a masculine energy, you could be either or. I do see you working quite a bit, moving forward, being invited to step out and kind of show what it is that you have to offer when it comes to work. And I see a lot of good things happening with your money. There's a couple of challenges though around you being able to really be discerning and take charge over some aspect of your finances. Let's see, when it comes to love, I know that had a little bit to do with money. But when it comes to love, let's see. For Libra, when it comes to love, what do we have here for the last 2 weeks of July? For the last 2 weeks of July, what do we have for love for Libra? For the last 2 weeks of July, what do we have for Libra? We have the Ace of Emotions. So some of you may be entering into new opportunities to connect in love. The Ace of Pentacles talks about new beginnings in love that may end up being really fulfilling. We have the Page of Emotions. Yeah, offers coming in around love in the latter half of July. For those of you that are already in connections, this may show up as someone wanting to actually take it to the next level. That could be you, that could be someone else. But I do see you very attractive. Someone is seeing you as very attractive this month. The energy that you're radiating is very beautiful. It's very brilliant, very uplifting, very encouraging. I feel like people will be looking at you, possibly wondering what your skin routine is. They'll be looking at you wondering like what type of products you use. They may even pass by and want to know like the fragrances that you wear. There's going to be something very striking about you this latter half of July. There's something about you that's different, that's standing out, and it's kind of like radiating, right? And so because of that, you're going to find that you're going to be kind of attracting more. You may have more people speaking to you when you're out and about. possibly opening doors for you. You know, it's that kind of energy. So you'll be radiating this last half of July. We have the Page of Inspiration. And so if you are someone who has had your eye on someone, or maybe you have been interested in wondering about someone, maybe this is the time where you'll have an opportunity to actually move on that curiosity. It will be a time where there will be an opportunity to create something, whether that's let's go have coffee and see where it goes, or let's go see a movie, or maybe it's just opening up conversation and seeing what the response feels like. If you get the green light to go forward, or if it feels kind of like, okay, well, we'll just leave it as a how you doing today, you know? And so it may be a time where you have the opportunity to step in and possibly create your moment if there's someone that you've had your eye on. For some of you, with the 10 of Wands and the 2 of Inspiration, this is a time where you really probably need to be deciding whether or not this is actually right for you. The 10 of Swords is almost the energy of not being treated right. It's not being treated right, and not being connected with someone who is worthy of your trust. In cases where people have shown you who they are, please believe them, Libra. Like, someone doesn't have to show us 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 times, right? All it takes is one. And if they're lucky, if you feel led, if your spirit is in alignment with giving them another chance, right, at the very least. But if you give them another chance to prove, sometimes when, you know, it's almost like understanding when you first meet someone, and this doesn't have to always mean this is just a new situation, but when we first meet someone, 9 times out of 10, they have their very best foot forward. And so it's understanding, if you have your very best foot forward right now, I'm imagining if it kind of dwindles down a little bit, right? As time goes on, the efforts won't be as much as they are now. Typically, is that something that I will be able to live with? And if it's definitely something that you're like, and you're counting on it getting better, it's time to move forward. I feel like Spirit has something better for you. And that feels like the situation here, because the 10 of Swords is the very worst that it could get. So whether this is someone new that's already showed you their hand, or whether this is something that's continuously showing you that this is not where you want to be, it's time to make the decision and move forward. It's time to visualize again what it is that you desire for yourself, and what will align with the highest value for you. It's time to reimagine that and release so that you can receive that. I feel like that could definitely be in line with the wrath. As the oracle messages came forward, there's something that happened that sent someone into a rage. And there was no holding back of feelings or words. You know, it was very clear what was happening here. And whatever that was caused someone to step back, possibly back far enough to reassess. For some, it caused them to actually leave whatever that was behind in search of something greater. Right? But if you happen to be that person that's still trying to decide what you're going to do, this may in fact be your confirmation that it's time to release and move forward. Okay? Let me see. So what is this 10 of Swords for Libra? What is the Ten of Swords for Libra? Nine of Swords comes out. Poor Libra. Honey, listen. If we really understood what we were worth, we wouldn't stick around for it to get to this level. Speaking as someone who had to learn that lesson too, right? We're not all born with this wisdom, but life teaches us this. And if we're lucky, we're able to run across someone who has been there, so we can kind of translate that lesson over so that you won't have to experience that. And you don't. It's understanding your value and reassessing what it is that you want for yourself. If that's not what's showing up right now, then it's time to move on to something, better. So what was this Ten of Voices for Libra? What is the Ten of Voices that happened? What is the Ten of Voices for Libra? So you came out in your own spread. The Knight of Swords. It feels like some level of clarity about yourself. What is this Ten of Swords that happened for Libra? So you may have had one of those clarion call moments that woke you up to the truth. The Seven of Swords, some level of deceit, sneakiness. Maybe someone went behind your back and did something or took something from you. That's enough. There's nothing else that we need to know now. We know enough to move forward to what really is that thing, that relationship that we are deserving of, that's deserving of us, okay? And so, yeah, you have the Empress on the bottom. Like, you're deserving. And I feel like I'm talking to someone who is definitely has a very sweet disposition. And it's exactly those of us that carry that energy that tend to be, trampled on the most, taken for granted. And so that's what I'm getting in regards to love, Libra. I won't delve in anymore. I feel like Spirit has made it clear that, it's time to move forward and actually require more, is what Spirit is saying. Period. It's time to require more. Okay, let's get last messages for Libra. Please and thank you, Spirit. This feels like a really pivotal moment for you, Libra. And it's time to acknowledge like all the things that are going good right now for you. And I hear Spirit saying it's time to acknowledge that. Not only acknowledge it, but it's time to guard that. Because I get the feel like you've earned the right to be where you are. It's time to guard that. Don't let anyone come in and wiggle their way in between that and have you starting at level 0, building your way back up. We don't have time for that. All right, any last messages for Libra? Any last messages for Libra? Please and thank you, Spirit. It's time to start listening to our inner guidance and stop ignoring it. Stop turning off the voice in our head that has been talking to us and telling us which way to go, right? It's time to stop ignoring that and start listening to it. life would be so much easier and so much more fulfilling as well. Okay, so first off, what stands out to me the most is invite help. Okay, yeah, sometimes we get ourselves in situations that seem too big for us, but understand that you're never alone. For some of us, we may not have people in the physical. Some of us are in fact alone, but there is still a host of witnesses that are there waiting to assist us. Some angels, some spirit guides, some even ancestors, not to mention spirit. And so you're never alone, right? And to those who have people in the physical that are able to assist them, don't be afraid to ask for help. That doesn't mean you're weak or that you did anything wrong. That just means that you're ready. You're ready to experience something more, something different. I feel like there's a level of awakening happening for a Libra right now. And that may look like being equipped to things that you weren't equipped with before. Your instincts are starting to get stronger and stronger, and common sense is starting to grow and become more normalized for you, right? Don't ignore it. Spirit just said that. Stop ignoring your inner conversations, the beckonings that are happening. Again, talking about inner guidance, receiving those nudges. It doesn't get any plainer than this. Then we have divine flow. And this is submitting to the understanding of what actually works in flow with the desires that we have. We can say all day that we want one thing, but if our mindset doesn't match with it, if our actions aren't matching with it, then we don't really have the conviction to bring that in. And so Spirit is saying the underlying desire takes precedence over all others. And so you must understand the power of setting intentions, of understanding how everything works together. And at the root of all of that is submitting to the divine. And the instruction that we're being given here right now is what we're talking about, right? Being willing to follow the advice and the help and the instruction that you're being given. And if you need more, being able to reach out for that, what you need. Okay, Libra, thank you so much for stopping by. I have to go, but this is for you, my Libras. I love y'all. Thank you. You are the first ones to show me love, and so I could not do one for you. Okay, and so this is for you. I love you, my Libras. And so please like, share, comment. If you are new here, my name is Letty. I look forward to getting to know you more. Feel free to comment, introduce yourself. Let me know how the reading applied to you. You could also hit the like button. You can comment, share, and subscribe was what I was thinking. And when you subscribe, make sure that you hit the bell so you're notified whenever I release new videos or whenever I go live, okay? There's also a way that you can receive a personal reading. If you go down to my description, which will be in the description box below, there's a link there with my calendar where you can click on that and schedule a personal reading with me, along with other services that I offer as well. So go take a look at my calendar and let me know when you're ready to connect with me, okay? Thank you, Libra. I appreciate you all so very much. This is for you. I hope it resonated and I hope it helps. Thank you. Bye.